Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex or Nuznuz here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about a pretty interesting topic, which is rare items in RuneScape 3. Now, the question I want to pose is, will Jagex continue releasing new rare items into RuneScape 3, and should they? And if they do, how should they do it? But first, we're going to take a look back at some of the discontinued items from the past. So we all know the original rare items. You have party hats, you have Santa hats, Halloween mask, and other items like pumpkins, Easter eggs, and so on. These were the original rares of RuneScape obtained from holiday events. After this, Jagex said they would not release any more tradable rare items into RuneScape, but this all changed, as most things do, in 2012 when Jagex released a new tradable rare obtainable from MTX, which then was known as the Squeal of Fortune. Now you know it as Treasure Hunter, which was the fish mask item. Now, this interesting looking item was RuneScape's first rare tradable item in almost 10 years. Then this trend ended up continuing about a year later in 2013 when the Black Santa hat was added to the game, which could be obtained through festive crackers during the 2013 Christmas event, 15 Days of Christmas. Now, this Black Santa hat actually started off relatively low in price, but today it's worth almost 28 billion GP. So if you had held onto this Black Santa hat since 2013 for 9 years, you would have made so much money. 2013 was 9 years ago. I feel really old now, but needless to say, the Black Santa hat was a very, very rare item back in 2013, as you only had a 1 in 2,000 chance of actually receiving this from the festive crackers. Recently though, Jagex brought about the first new party hat into RuneScape that was tradable and a confirmed discontinue item, the Golden Partyhat. And then after this, Jagex then released a green Santa hat. Although this item is not confirmed to be discontinued, and I believe the mod stated that it would come back in the future. So knowing the history of these items, should Jagex continue releasing truly discontinued rare items or not? Will they release them in the future? I'll let you know what I think. So here are my basic thoughts. I think for Jagex to release a new rare item, it should kind of fit into a certain criteria. It should have the right occasion, the right methods to obtain the item, the right time frame, and also involve the community and like a community event. So we're going to look at the Golden Party Hat as an example of this. I believe the Golden Party Hat is an example of Jagex releasing a new rare item into RuneScape, and it was done absolutely right, almost perfectly. There were some minor hiccups which we'll talk about later, but the Golden Partyhat hunt was an event released for the 20th anniversary celebration of RuneScape. This fits the right occasion criteria, as it felt like this was a pretty big occasion. It felt like this fit well into the theme of the Golden Partyhat, and it felt like this was an actual cause for a big item to be released into the game, especially something like a party hat. Now, the Golden Partyhat was obtained throughout a 6-week period where you needed to collect Golden Partyhat shards to create the party hat yourself. Now, these shards were obtained through a variety of different sort of challenges, such as skilling, PVMing, questing, and clue scrolls, and a bunch of other things that got you more involved with the game. This definitely fit the criteria for me of having the right methods to obtain a rare, and it also had a pretty good time frame of 6 weeks, which allowed most people to take on this challenge of getting a party hat, and it really involved the community as well, and it felt like a big deal and just an all-around really fun event. Now, the only hiccups I could really see from this event is the use of alternative accounts to get this party hat. Now, I don't hold anything against anyone grinding this party hat on their other accounts, but I think Jagex really looked past how kind of easy it was to get this on a fresh account per se, with really no stats or anything. For most people, this was a fun thing to do on their main and maybe a few alternate accounts, but I have no doubt that there were probably tons of like bots grinding this party hat, seeing as it was so easy to get even on a new account. There were like a bunch of AFK activities as well. But other than that, I feel like this event was almost absolutely perfect as a release of the first tradable party hat in almost 2 decades, and I thoroughly enjoyed this event myself. But what about an item that wasn't released in the right way? Well, a few months later we had the green Santa hat released, and this isn't a discontinued item, but I want to use it as an example because of just how Jagex decided to release this. Now this item at first felt like it had an okay release from what I remember. The occasion was Christmas, so I felt like the occasion was fine, but the methods to obtain this green Santa hat weren't too great. The first method was okay. It was collecting wrapping paper from skilling and doing things around Runescape, and you could exchange that for presents, and then those presents had a chance to have a green Santa hat inside them. Now, you could also obtain this wrapping paper from Treasure Hunter, but it wasn't super overpowered as you just got a little bit of wrapping paper for every key you ended up spinning. But there's no doubt this kind of soured the event a little, but still it's technically grindable through normal methods and also Treasure Hunter. But then after this, Jagex added more to the Treasure Hunter and released the green Santa hat through Treasure Hunter itself, which meant you could spin keys to receive a green Santa hat and sometimes multiple green Santa hats. I felt like at this point the event had reached a point to me where it really didn't feel that fun anymore, and it kind of just felt like a cash grab, which I guess in essence is kind of what it was. Now I know this green Santa hat isn't a discontinued item, but going from a release like the Golden Partyhat that had me, grinding RuneScape for hours on end to try to get that party hat as soon as possible, interacting with the community, talking to friends and stuff about, different methods we were trying to get the shards, trying to race our friends to see who can get the party hat first. Just an all-around great event that just felt really interactive and felt like it brought the community together, and for the most part was really well done. And then right away going into something like the green Santa hat, which just felt kind of It just didn't have that same feeling to me. Obviously the treasure hunter behind it, but it just felt like a event that just wasn't very well done from the MTX all the way to just how it was presented. So do I think Jagex is going to release new rares in the future? Well, that kind of depends. I felt like if they do, they should do it more like the Golden Partyhat event, but will they? I'm not sure. There's no doubt that Jagex probably made so much money off the green Santa hat, and the green Santa hat was confirmed to not even be discontinued. So imagine if Jagex released a new rare that they confirmed was discontinued and only obtainable from Treasure Hunter in the same sort of way of the green Santa hat promo. I feel like they could make so much money, and I'm not sure if this is something that they would pass up or not. I guess that remains to be seen. I hope they don't release new rares in this way. I hope if they do release new rares that they're gonna have a fun event that kind of fits into the game. So what do you guys think? Do you think there should be new rares, pure discontinued rares like the Golden Partyhat released into RuneScape? Do you think it's good for the game or bad for the game? For me, I pretty much let you know how I feel here. I feel if it's like the Golden Partyhat, I feel like obviously they shouldn't spam them every 3 months, but once a year or two, maybe having something like the Golden Partyhat for a truly special occasion seems like a good idea, but having something like a green Santa hat constantly treasure hunter promos, I don't feel great about. So let me know, what do you guys think should be the new rare released into RuneScape? If Jagex comes out with a new rare item, should they have it be like completely different, like maybe the fish mask, or should they have it be, a new colored version of a previous rare, like a rainbow Santa hat or something like that? For me, I kind of like the colored versions of the old rares, just because the old rares like the Santa hat, the party hats, even like I guess Halloween mask and things like that are so iconic that re-releasing them but with a new color or making them slightly different kind of seems to just work better than coming up with a brand new item. Like the fish mask is a discontinued item from almost a decade ago, and it's not super expensive. It's only 11 million GP, which it is technically older than the Black Santa hat, but I mean, I think we all know one of the main reasons why it's so cheap. There probably are a lot in the game, but also they're not very desirable, so I feel like, making it look good is a big thing as well. But I thought this was kind of an interesting topic, maybe a little bit of a hot topic, but I feel like it's something that we should talk about, and I feel like it's something that can be beneficial to RuneScape if Jagex decides to do it the right way. day. So if you like this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more videos like this, and let me know how you feel about this subject. Do you want to see more rares? And I'll see you all in the next video.